day has dawned on us once more as we enter the Goldshire Inn in order to celebrate the joys and mysteries that happen in our favorite game through the power of anonymity and the wonderful ability to be anybody you want. Role-playing, whatever. You might as well be a douche, a turd box, whatever you want to be, because nobody can give you any repercussions. And today we're going to do two things. We're going to celebrate that. We're going to have some fun with it. And we're also going to put it out as a warning. Warning. Know the red flags. Know when things are going sour. Do not end up stuck in a guild for 19 years or whatever. Just because you thought, but I'm an officer. But they made me an officer. I owe them every single last thing in my life, and therefore I must stay here and be there. It has been an incredible week. Not only did we see Blizzard react, change some things, even Shadow Priest got some changes. That's right! Nothing mega, but it's happening. Slowly but surely, it's happening. Maldraxxus has been unleashed, but is broken, which means that although we have streamed already for about 8 hours today, before we even started this stream, we may indeed have another stream in, like, I don't know, 3 hours. It's 3 hours. My camera focus is off. Interesting. Something like that. Something like that. It should be pretty good. Yeah, we have been getting some weird internet stuff, so hopefully it's not a problem. Although it is flickering. I don't think it's anything other than... I don't know. I don't know what it could be. But hopefully it's fine. Hopefully it's totally fine. Nothing's happening in the background. It's just a thing. So, yeah, better. Hopefully it'll just pick up in a sec and it should be fine. We're not doing anything, so perhaps it's some issue. I don't know. I don't know. We'll proceed until it becomes a problem. How does that sound? Sound good to you? Good. Awesome. But we also had the PlayStation 5 announcement along with so many cool games. Resident Evil 8 is on its way. Horizon 2 is on its way. Demon's Souls. Demon's Souls is on its way. Have yourself a Wi-Fi router and get it done. And it should be awesome. But that's not why you're here right now, is it? That's not why you're... Bugsnax. Bugsnax is on his way. Bugsnax, genuinely, my wife and my son, very excited about the prospect of Bugsnax and the joy that they will have. But today, let's kick off with something nice and fun. I think you guys are going to kick out of this because what do we like? We like elitists, don't we? We do. Classic elitists. Classic WoW elitists. Classic WoW, of course, being the most difficult of all the games. So therefore, we must apply elitism to Classic World of Warcraft. We must indeed apply elitism to make it work. That is absolutely the way this should go. So we're going to need two names here. We're going to need a raid leaver who will be Thomas. And we need an officer, a Night Elf Hunter. DG could be our Night Elf Hunter for this little journey. For this little journey we're about to go on. So we have a Dwarven Fury Warrior raid leader. Mr. Preacher, I hope this finds you well, and that you get a giggle out of my story. It's not nearly as horrifying as some of the stories you tell. But honestly, it's pretty ridiculous how serious some people take Classic World of Warcraft. What is the average clear time now for like a Blackwing lair? It's something pretty dumb, I think. It's something pretty dumb, like 30 minutes or something like that. It's something pretty wacky to clear the entire raid. 42. Truth. I think it's something pretty crazy. I see a lot of 30 minutes and stuff like that coming through, so we'll see. Yeah, 30 minutes-ish, 30 to 40 minutes. All right, then. My tale begins on a splendid Tuesday. Some mistypes there. I had spent much time with my girlfriend during the day, preparing for the raid. Like a wise, gentle sir. Making sure he's committed all his real-life duties so that the raid is all set. I was parked at the entrance like a good raider. I log into my character and join the Discord voice channel 15 minutes before the actual raid starts, when we will set off for our glory and loots. Immediately, Thomas questions me and demands to know, in the pink, have I gathered all available world buffs for the night? I say I have the Dragon Slayer buff and the Hakar buff, but I did not round up power boosts from Diamall North, Fellwood's Songflower, or the Dark Moon Fair buff. At once, I was told. If all 14 healers were to log in for a raid, I would be the first to be benched. Because the new guild rule is that there is to be priority for players who get every single world buff before the clear. Even if that person should be a new raider in greens, you would now be given priority over core raiders already decked in tier 2 if you bothered to get all of the power boosts. Okay, dude. All right, bro. Quite right. No scrubs at all. You see, Preacher and audience. Oh my God. You see, Preacher and audience, Thomas and DG both put into place something they had called Pass Week. Once a month, every raider of Team 3 was encouraged to gather all world buffs available for the raid. This endeavor would have a player locked in the raid group starting 3 to 4 hours before raid time in order to be timed with the Dragon Slayer, Heart of Akar buffs, etc. Now, this was always optional. We wouldn't force it on players to put in 4 hours of time for a 30-minute raid, as that would make no sense. Quite right. Quite right. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. It could only ever be encouraged, and it was so on the borderline of harassment in some cases, that DG and Thomas weren't even guild masters. They were only officers in a guild that was a casual guild. One could argue that Raid Team 3 had the most terrible team comp of them all. We were carrying, please try not to vomit, 5 Retribution Paladins. Yet, they strode for more. And in their boldness, on what started as a great Tuesday, they had decided to punish core raiders who were not putting in their maximum effort. And they would be benching players regardless of their past contributions to progress or time invested in the guild. Beautiful. I mean, one thing I think all raiders leaders should do is discourage their most valued members. The guys who swiped, the guys who were there from day one, who showed up every single week and put in their maximum effort. Discourage them as much as possible. Encourage new players who just managed to get all world buffs and contribute nothing going forward. Genius. Absolute genius. I had warned DG 2 months earlier, when I was first put into the team, that I could not promise to gather any sort of world buffs before later in the evening. I had work. Again, I had informed DG the very day I had plans with my girlfriend, and I was told it was no problem. Yet here we are. Raid time. This did not matter, despite me being early with plenty of consumables to aid in my performance. Oh yes, how dare I put my girlfriend and love of my life over classic World of Warcraft. Are they recruiting? Free gear, dude. Free gear, easy. By clearly a stroke of luck. The remaining healers were either late or did not log on at all because they were fully bis. And so I was graciously allowed to take part in our raid on Blackwing Lair. One of our fresh new max level warriors died instantly and lost all of his hard-earned buffs. Still, Razorgore and his minions perished with small resistance against the might of our empowered fellows. But you and your chat will surely know that Razorgore is not the only one that could cause a group of 40 adventurers to die. We stepped before Vilestraz the Corrupt. There he stood, the next obstacle we were to face. Comms were demanded to be quiet on comms by DG. Quiet on comms. He wanted to ensure that we gave tremendous amounts of focus to this boss. Clear comms, that's it. Clear comms, clear comms. Now, as some of you probably know, Vale is a dog shit easy boss. You know it. The chat knows it. I know it. Kill fast. But there's only one rule. What's the one rule? What's the one rule for Vale? What's the one rule? There's only really one rule. Do not get aggro. That's it. That's it. Don't get aggro, and it's a GG, and it's done. However, our tank, he didn't have the blade of the Windseeker. And our DPS, who were being told to relax, had spent hours of the day gathering world buffs. Wow. These boys were hungry, thirsty. They wanted to pass. After all, it is pass week. We should do our best. Many times they went over tank threat. Many times that dragon turned, killed my group's priest and around 10 DPS. Out of the 40 raiders on Team 3's pass week, 12 had already lost their precious buffs and wasted 4 hours of their day. They were starting to get a little pissed. I myself had only barely managed to survive with 400 HP to spare. Of course, they refused to see the absolute futility and their baffling madness in having requirements like world buffs for a raid like this. But let us not forget, our tank had lost all his Diamol buffs and his Hakar buff. They were being pushed off by smaller ones. Druids kept spamming thorns. Many renews from the priests. The nightmare that is the suppression room is cleared quickly with a single death who threw a sapper charge and a large pack of whelps. You can imagine his end. We were now about to face the Broodlord Lashlair. However, at the time, Blessing of Salvation was only 1 minute away from expiring. DG and Thomas, both in haste to beat their previous speed record, overlook this crucial factor. And sure enough, 1 minute into our battle with Broodlord, the buff vanishes, and with it, one mage was saved by Blessing of Protection, but the warlock behind him in threat did not receive such a glorious hand-holding. 2 more raiders would lose their world buffs. Our raid leaders, who had instructed us on this awesome pass week, who had forced their raiders to spend countless hours gathering their buffs, were getting very, very annoyed that half the raid had already lost their buffs by the 3rd boss. What do they do then, ladies and gentlemen? What do they do? Looking at this disaster unfolding before them, Thomas and DG double down on their need for speed. DG pulled instead of the tank, which resulted in nothing short of an absolute clusterfuck. The melee were being bombarded by goblin bombs atop of warlocks casting down rains of fire from above. Again, I just about managed to survive with an inch of my life. More and more of the raiders died. Out of all 40 of us, I can safely say that less than 20 of them had their buffs by this point. All of them had wasted their time. I want to take you now to Nefarian. The first phase goes well, but things quickly begin to collapse at the coming of phase 2. The main tank meets a swift end. His fellow tanks quickly followed, and once they fell, the rest of the raid was completely free game for that dragon to munch on us. It was not until half the raid died to the Black Dragon that healers finally focused on DG, who now had the monster's full attention. By the graces of Uther himself, DG's stupidity saved the raid, for the dwarf had forgotten to replace his Nixia cloak and thus was able to tank the beast. All in all, our pass week speedrun, with all the hours, averaged 3 hours each per raider, times 40 of the effort they put in, lasted an hour and a half. There was barely anyone by the end who had these awesome buffs. In fact, just short of half the raid had lost them within the first 20 minutes. The one who was to be benched. Me, the one who was to be sacrificed to the altar of a green raider should they have shown up, Didn't die once. And hilariously, at the end of the fight, I linked my pass. Because I was one of the only people alive and healing, I was much higher than most. I didn't want to brag about it. I just thought it should be known. I wish I could tell you that my leaders realised then that starting to enforce rules like this was a complete waste of time. They saw it as me being casual and said that they were going to become the most elite team in the guild. They saw the whole thing as a victory. That people who had the world buffs had played better, smarter, and now they just needed the rest of the raid to get on their level. And they wanted to make it the hope that the entire guild would make this a baseline requirement for all teams, so that our guild, with its many 40-man raiding teams, could become the absolute pinnacle of classic raiding. If anyone in chat is such a raid leader as these two, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Retail is better suited for such an attitude. No, it's not. You can piss off. You can piss off, you can. If you want ahead of the curve, go for it and stroke your own dick. Wait. Why are you shitting on retail? Look, just because you joined the Blackwing losers, right, with your fucking hour-plus Blackwing lair runs, don't shit on me. Don't shit on me. You go piss yourself. I healed N'Zoth this week, badly, but I did heal N'Zoth this week. Do you think I put in some hours of preparation? Fuck no. I just got asked and you go and do it. Easy. Easy. I request that all classic players stop being posers in a 15-year-old game. Just fucking relax for once. I wish you all a great day and many happy adventures in Azeroth, both in classic and retail. You sound like a retail hater. You sound like a retail hater. Yeah, healing N'Zoth? Jesus Christ, man. Mike can heal. Sure, dude. Mike'll do it. Yeah. Of course, that's what I want. I want to heal N'Zoth. Yeah, I haven't healed since fucking... What was that? Jellyfish Man. I haven't healed since Jellyfish Man in fucking Eternal Palace. I haven't healed since then. Right, this story is going to make you really, really sad, by the way. I'm so sorry. Okay, we need I need Jersey. Gorgonzola, that was it. Yeah, I haven't healed since that. That was the last time I had to heal. At least in a real fight. Not like Mythic Plus or something. Okay, we need a girl for Beanie. Now, I want to point out... Alright, the girl has changed name to Big Old Meat Pie. Alright, the girl's going to be called Big Old Meat Pie. Yeah. I can't miss an opportunity like that. I can't miss an opportunity like Big Old Meat Pie. I can't miss that opportunity. Right, we have pictures along with this one. Big Old Meat Pie. Big Old Meat Pie. That's who's going to be our lady in there. What'd you call me? I'm just saying. Okay. Before we start this, I just want to say that not for Emma. Was it for Emma? Might have been for Emma. But at one time, I was told that I was playing too much World of Warcraft. And I got up from the bed, because it was when I was gaming from my bedroom, as many people do. And I was told by my girlfriend, I think it was Emma. The timeline adds up. It must have been Emma. I think it was. That I was playing too much WoW. And I stood up, and I got up, and I uninstalled World of Warcraft and cancelled my sub in front of her. And she went, "You're a dick," and made me resub and reinstall it. Just, you know, maybe don't play it like 20 hours a day. She tried to explain to me, I know this is madness. She tried to explain to me that weekend doesn't necessarily mean that's WoW farm time before work starts again. Which it is. It is. It does though, right? So many hours to farm. Like, so many hours to farm. She was like, you can spend some time with me. And I'm like, yeah, but I've got work on other days and I raid at that time. Weekend really is the only time I can farm. Like, you're cutting it. You're not understanding. All right, then. Let's go down this tale of simpery, shall we? Holla ballers and a bro fist to you all and to your wonderful audience. It's you guys there. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm not sure when this story came in. Okay, it came in a while ago. Greetings from the Lake District of Cumbria. I really like Cumbria, as we proved on today's stream. Cumbria is amazing. Best place. I've been playing this game since the end of Encourage. I'm playing on a roleplay PvP server from a little after I started till Mists of Pandaria. After going Horde on Twisting Nether, then going back to the Allies on Argent Dawn in Legion, I have moved around a little bit, but stayed pretty solid. This story starts not too long before the release of Tomb of Sargeras. Trailing in a guild I moved servers to join after being burnt out from hardcore raiding and being in a relationship with a girl for about a year, wanting to put more time into that as she had recently moved in with me. Yes, a very short time period, I realise. How long before she moved in? A year. A year's not too bad. Oh, a year's okay. A very short time period before I realised this, but I need to stress that I was a fool in love. And my love clouded sane judgment. A year's okay. A year's okay. Emerald Nightmare, dog shit. Boring as fuck and losing my attention with the game very quickly. After a while, I got that tick to play the game again, but knew I didn't want to go into hardcore mythic environment, looking for something laid back, casual, you know, nothing too committal. It was at this time I saw a YouTube video talking about why someone had left their guild and that drama. I actually liked the sound of the guild by description, so I looked up and sent an application. Oh my god. Some people, man. I can't help you. If you're gonna put your balls in a grater, that's on you. That's on you. That's nothing to do with me. I was accepted and moved my mage over, and as the guild was on hiatus at this time, as the guild gets its curve, gets the boss on farm boosts, gets the boss on farm, it boosts its socials, then it chills out to the next raid tier. Okay, so he's joined a guild. From what I can get, this sentence is a bit disjointed, but he joins a guild that gets curve, and then it boosts all the casuals in the guild to make sure they've got gear, and then it just chills out till the next raid. Tomb of Sargeras was looming, though. We were finally going to enter that big green chapel burning fire into the sky. The guild did some farm runs in Nighthold, and I tagged along. They mentioned this wasn't considered part of the trial, as it's technically not progression. I was fine with this, as it was my first time entering the raid, and as shocking to some of you it might be, I wasn't impressed with the Nighthold, because you didn't do progress. Do you know how important progress is? It's really important to enjoy a raid. It really is. If you walk in and dog shit your way through it, it's never going to be impressive. Never going to be impressive. At any time. At home, you're like, hey, it's like if you go to AQ40 now and do a transmog run, it looks like long, probably. It's probably all you come out of, right? Your impression of AQ40 is it's really long. I have to ride for fucking ages before I can get where I want to be. This is really irritating. Yeah, I can't tell you at the time, doing progress and going through those tunnels and preparing everybody, it was so cool. At home, a friend of mine had been kicked out of his mum's place, so I took him in, and he was on a sofa bed in the living room. My partner being excited at this since we were all good friends. Let's time skip then. The release of Tomb. My trial begins doing normal Tomb of Sargeras. Normal, easy enough. And begun the slog through heroic, establishing myself as a strong mechanically and performance DPS player. I passed my trial, easy game. At home, though, my girlfriend, Big Old Meat Pie, had made a friend at work who called her cute. They hung out, and I was generally fine with this, as I'm not a jelly guy, and she was a bit more extroverted than I was. That's the end of the story. Right there. Right there. Like, what in the fuck? There's a difference between not being jelly and someone flirting with your girl. Alright? There's a difference. It's not about not being jelly. It's not about not being jelly. Jesus Christ. Things were continuing fine for some time in the guild, and in my real life, when my housemate came into my room at a very bad moment of intimacy with the girlfriend. She was wearing a very nice skirt, and upon touching her, I had found out that she had trimmed the hedges, which sent me wild. He quickly walked out and apologised for not knocking. Poor performance from the roommate. Poor performance. And afterwards, big old meat pie had gone to hang out with that friend. Wait, what? So you're with your girl in the bedroom. You're getting your touchy feels on. And then afterwards she goes to spend time with the other guy. Okay, sure. I think let's call his friend Fabini. Fabini came back into my room. This part is paraphrased as it's hard to recall an exact conversation from 2 to 3 years ago. Bruh, sorry mate, thought she'd already gone. Don't worry about it, I'm sure it was more shocking for you than me. Not really, it's pussy. But look, I wanted to tell you, but I was waiting for her to go. Alright, what's up? I was looking at her PC and I saw some messages. Just giving you a heads up, dude. Just letting you know. Alright, man, thanks, but I do trust her. Alright, but I'm just letting you know, though. Like, these messages, you know, not great. Cheers, dude. And he left the room. When she got home that evening and we were getting ready for bed, I told her that that Fabini had told me there's something going on and he wasn't comfortable with seeing her friend as he saw some messages. Her response was saying he's not her dad and she can look after herself. I said, look, I'm not 100% comfortable with it myself. I do trust you, but, you know, you're sending messages, you're spending alone time with this guy. She suggests then a great solution. Why don't you meet him? Get a vibe, just to show that he's not like that. No, not really. I don't really want to meet this guy who I think you might be cheating on. And we went to bed there. This is all bad, by the way. Everything you're listening to is fucking horrific. This is a horror show. At this time, though, I was working as a cleaner with some really shitty shift patterns. So I was constantly exhausted, working 64 hours a week in really crappy shifts. Example, I would go till 5 till 9 a.m. and then I would have 3-hour gap and do 12 till 5. And then sometimes I would do the triple and do 8 till 11 as well. Yikes. What's the frames again? I'm going to run some tests here. So when I would finish a shift, it was more like a long break, which sucks, as it meant I really couldn't get into anything. I was just waiting to go back to work. Big old meat pie started spending, of course, more and more time with this guy, since I was home less, till one day I came home and she was gone. Apparently, she was partying at his. It kind of hit me. My chest sank at this as if there was nothing going on. She would have told me, right? The next day, I went to work feeling extra shitty from the sleepless night and the dread of knowing what was coming. Big old meat pie had come back while I was at work and had already taken her stuff, including my guinea pig. She took his guinea pig? Fuck, dude. She took his guinea pig? Rough. That is rough. Little Illidan? Oh my god. Back to work again. Same feelings. But just absolute hurt. I came back and there was a dude in the stairwell just hanging out and I really didn't like the look of him. But I knew who the fuck it was. I didn't look at him because it was a small town and I would see that face again at some point and know who it was. I just didn't, I didn't want to have to hurt him. I used to have a long history of anger issues and I was pushed into an emotional state emphasized by exhaustion. Just leave it alone, pussy. Look at you guys. Everybody in the chat is like Rambo at all times. Yeah, mate, I would have walked to the fucking stairs. I would have whipped out my fucking gavel. I would have smashed his fucking face in right there. Would have been an absolute horror show. You understand me? I entered the flat. Big old meat pie walked out of the living room where she had been talking to my housemate when I walked in. Fabini was giving her shit for actually bringing that dude to the house. I like Fabini. Fabini is a turbo, bro. We need to talk. Yeah, I bet. So we went into my room and she told me she was moving out. Really? Really? I was defeated, though. What do you want me to say? I said. That I didn't know this was obviously coming, even though you'd started moving stuff out. I know you did. Well, I'm not stopping you. I still love you, but I'm not going to stop you. And I turned away from her, indicating conversations GG. She grabbed a box of stuff and left. I called my job and told them I needed some days off since I was devoed. I told my guild what happened, and they did their best to get behind me and console me and started bantering with me, telling me they always thought she was a bitch. Good on you, guild. That's a guild right there. Dude, she was a bitch, though, right? You know what I mean? Like, fuck her. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It was too fresh, though. I couldn't take the bants. She was such a small, now she was such a small, fragile person, emotionally and physically. I had gotten used to protecting her, looking after her, being her safety. I told friends what had happened, and they were shocked she did such a thing, as they never thought she'd be that kind of person. To do that with the housemate, who was a mutual friend of hers at the time, and a lot of our shared friends to confirm the story, as he had read the Facebook messages himself between her and the dude. I went back to work after a week. Continued raiding, of course, just so it gave me a few hours to forget the world. I'm just going to sink into some logs, yeah? Going to get some blue passes. We're going to be okay. I contacted her mother. Why? Why? I contacted her mother asking when she was going to get the rest of her shit. Her mother apologized for it not working out between us. And I told her I was sorry it didn't either. Calling the mother. Just text big old meat pie. 2 hours later, I get a message from the big old meat pie. She went apeshit. Why in the fuck did I bring her mum into it? I said, you broke my heart. You hurt me in a deep way. Why would I ever want to speak to you? She called me a two-faced prick, and she would be getting her stuff the next week. Next week rolls around, and I'm sat in my desk chair with some headphones in, listening to music, just trying to ignore what's going on around me as life that had been built up over the past 2 years was collapsing. My brother came in to see me, gives me the old slap on the back and a Witcher 3 bottle stopper. My mother came and hung around me, gave me a big hug, and just sat there. I just sat there, numb at all this going on. But then messages started to appear to me. The full unfolding of why my relationship had collapsed. She began telling people that the reason that she did what she did, why she went to some other man, why she spent time there and eventually moved out, was because of World of fucking Warcraft. She thought I was playing too much, that I cared more for WoW than her. Now, can you imagine, in my state, what I decided to do at that point? What did I decide to do? What was the smartest decision I could make upon this message being revealed to me? I did the most logical thing I could think, and sane route I could think of. I unplugged my PC. I threw it in the bathtub. It was about 1,700 quid's worth. I ran the tap over it, submerging the thing. I then took a photo of it and sent it to her saying, that is how much I value World of Warcraft over her. Ladies and gentlemen, can we say F's for this PC? Oh my God. Dude. Oh my God. Now, look, dude, I know you're sad at the time, but this isn't all bad, all right? Listen to Daddy Preacher. We all do stupid things. We do. We all do stupid things. But it's okay. You know why? You know why it's okay? Because your cable management was shit. Honestly, like, what the fuck was happening here? You're using spaghetti fucking power cables? It's just... I'm kind of happy this PC got out of its misery, because you're using mismatched memory colors. This is no wonder she left you, bro. Honestly, if I would have walked up to your PC and you had a glass side panel, I looked inside this, I'd leave you too. I can't be friends with somebody with a computer like this. You're going to use mustard cabling? Is that a CD-ROM drive? sorry, but I mean, I'm back in favor with her at this point. It's a mercy killing. It's a mercy. I'm sorry it happened to you, bro. It's a dumb fucking thing to do, by the way. A+ for water cooling. F for cable management. F for cable management. A+ water cooling. Oh, goddamn. Big old meat pies and champion. You just lost all the chat's love. You lost it all immediately. I've attached a photo of my swimming PC. I contacted my guild what happened, and they were shocked and disappointed, saying, no girl is worth a PC. That guinea pig is better off. They were also mega pissed because we were currently progressing Avatar. Dude, we're doing progress. You killed your PC. We're mid-progress. Kill it when we're finished. Like, what the fuck, bro? Have a little bit of love for your guildies, will you? We were progressing on Avatar, so I obviously missed the kill, and I also missed out on Kill Jaden, because I had to now save money to instantly buy a new PC. I quit WoW and I got a bit depressed, but the time I had thought I had built the new PC and had some savings so I could live comfy for a few months while finding another job. And Taurus at this point had rolled out. I asked if I could change class for the tier as my favourite spec in the game had just come out on top, the Windwalker Monk. The raid leader was apprehensive about this at first, but after going on the run once without being fully geared, he was totally okay. Well, I'm a pretty decent mage. I am a great Windwalker, and I played the shit out of Windwalker in Mr. Pandaria and in Wars of Draenor, and now it was Legion's turn. Before Monk, I'd been an enhancement shaman from Wrath to Kata, but they ruined it. They ruined it. They made it to the class, and the changes they made to the class, and the following changes with Maelstrom. Things went on as normal for a while until December, when the guild went on its typical hiatus for Christmas, etc. Since a lot of people were travelling to see family and such with the guild at Imanar. I kept playing WoW, gearing my monk and taking part in a pug group every week with some other no-lifers who didn't celebrate Christmas. Ah, bruh. Bruh, not the Christmas. No, not the Christmas gamers. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away from the Christmas gamers. Half my guild's Christmas gamers. You want to stay clear of those chaps. They were some proper no-lifers run by of a guild that was run by a husband to one of the raiders in the guild. With all the spare time, a husband and wife guild. Jesus Christ, you spent Christmas with a husband-wife raid guild? Like, motherfucker. Oh, shoot me. Shoot me in the fucking face. I'm not going to celebrate Christmas with family. Instead, I'm going to spend time with a husband-wife guild. With all the spare time, I had been playing another game called Total War Warhammer 2. I was looking to get some co-op going. Problem was, I had no friends. The people I previously played with were generally unexperienced with the game, making it tedious, or stopped playing altogether. So I decided to look into this guild. Who played the game? And I saw one person who did play it quite frequently. The guild master, Jersey. I sent her a message in WoW asking if she'd like to play some co-op Warhammer 2. Oh, he's in! He's in! She was down. She was down for some Warhammer. But not at that time of when I asked. She had someone over, but she said, let's set up a whole day tomorrow for Total War. So that's exactly what we did. We played a Vortex campaign, and to my surprise, my girl is good at the game. Fuck yeah, dude. And we could actually play on an even keel. We gelled together quite well, and the banter between us was just strong from the get-go. Giving this, it was the first time we had a real conversation, one-to-one between us, and it was a pleasant surprise. We played more and more over the next few weeks, where she hinted at the person who was at hers. I knew. In sync. They had been on and off for a while, and at this point, they were on. Let's call him... Oh, we need a new name. Let's pick someone here. Let's go with Pollux. Pollux. You're the... Oh, God. Is he going to... Oh, my God. This fucking guy. Pollux. They have been on and off for a while at this point. And right now, they were on. I'm sorry about the frames. There's not much I could do. And she... Obviously, before we started spending time together, she had described her time with Pollux as fucking her like a wild samurai. Her words. I have no idea what that means, but I assume she enjoyed it. But I didn't give a fuck. I'm not looking for stuff like that. Hey, Pollux! GG, dude. Hopefully that doesn't mean you're using a sword or some sort of plastic face mask or something. I'm sure you'll be fine. I already knew Pollux pretty well. He was pretty well known in the guild for their relationship. She had told me that he was not comfortable with us being friends and had constantly pestered her. So we had to start playing another game where Pollux was allowed to play. We had to move to Friday the 13th. Look at Pollux laying down the law. What do you mean you're playing some co-op game with some guy from the guild? Excuse me? I'm the wild samurai. Yeah? Fucking don't think so. Is that guy? It's that guy who got diddled by his missus, isn't it? I know who he is. That dickhead fucking drowned his PC. No. You're not playing alone with that guy. No. Pollux was nice to me and asking me if she said things about him, which I kind of expected, as while he was pretty well liked in the guild. Ooh, we need a name for the girl. Let's go with Jersey for the girl. Jersey had let me know he was actually pretty insecure and had a habit of talking shit about people behind their back. Given my recent experience of two-faced behavior, I wasn't exactly the most impressed by this. So we played Friday the 13th for a few weeks, making friends in lobbies, as I really love playing into the role of Jason and trying to scare the shit out of whoever I'm stalking. It made a real sport of it, while in turn made me quite popular to play with, as it created the great combo of being scared shitless, but also laughing your arsehole, as I quoted a lot of Dragon Ball Z and Hellsing Abridged. Because they have some proper creepy derailing one-liners that fit Jason Voorhees. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it's true. Every few days or so, then I get a message from Pollux asking if has Jersey said anything or what we talked about. What's going on? Let's talk about World of Warcraft. Did she ask about me? Let's talk about WoW. What are you doing in WoW? Did she ask about me, though? Whenever he did this, I did let her know that he was asking, and she would vent at me, saying this is why she gets annoyed with him, and always pestering her about me and being her friends, etc. So I let him know that is how she felt. Oh my God, he's playing actual friend zone, man. Oh my God. So I then passed the message from her to him about how she felt about him asking me about her, and started giving advice. Give her some space, bro. Don't doubt her, as it was actively pushing her away. You know what I mean? Yada yada. Which is some solid advice, as she is very headstrong, self-assured, and honest. So when someone is doubting her motives, it pisses her off. This is overboard bad. This is like the worst. This is the worst. This is gamers trying to get anything done. Always. Even the ones that don't make it to drama time, this is gamers trying to get ordinary shit done. Every single time. Like, never talking to each other, always doing it through different games. The guild starts raiding again in January. We quickly clear the content, as the no-lifers and I already knew the deal. We're gimped up with gear, and finally having my BIS Legos. Oh, you didn't get BIS Legos until on Taurus? Bruh. And I was beginning to demolish the DPS meter like it was nothing. Everything behind the scenes continues as normal, with Pollux not liking us being friends and us continuing to be friends, with them getting more heated with each other up until it hits a breaking point. Jersey breaks it off with Pollux. We had a guild holiday coming up in September, and they were going to share a room. And she said, can me and her share a room as friends? This is the best line in this story. This is the best line in the story. The person organizing the event seemed a bit perplexed. Yeah. Because that person went, oh no. For fuck's sake. This is the best line. The person who's probably a normal person was like, fine, okay. This was the wife to the guy who was running the pugs. But she said, okay, sorted. We're going to red alert. Yeah, there we go. Red alert on. I decided to leave my job again. Having savings to be fine for a while. What do? You work until you don't have to work for a bit and then just stop? That's not a plan. Is it a plan? I don't know about that plan. I like this guy. Pretty crazy. Gets a job, saves every penny, and then just doesn't work for a little while. I mean, long term, that doesn't seem to pay off. Unless you're not really asked about material things, I guess. What about family? I don't know. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. I was still reeling from that breakup, still, after all this time. And on my breaks at work and at home, people were constantly talking and bringing it up, but I was getting better. When I hit the lowest point and was just contemplating it being done, her response was to tell me not to be so fucking stupid and that sometimes I could be a big baby. Her wordings during this conversation was, go and pull yourself together. What will being miserable solve anything for? Get off your ass, go and get a job. Look for alternatives where you can. Maybe live doing something until you can get one. If you cannot stay where you are, you're a resourceful bastard when it comes to most things. Use that to solve your life. You've gone and fucked up. I knew that moment you told me how you quit your old job. Deal with it. I'm sorry to say this, and I know I do it with the risk of making you royally pissed at me, but you're being a big fucking baby when it comes to priorities. Wow. Jesus. Sometimes you just need to bite down and take the shit and live with it and hope it'll get better. This is the girl Jersey, by the way. You think my road to a permanent employment and solo apartment was easy? Fuck no. I have wept and hated my life, wanted to die, and have been without money. I have never been mistreated at jobs and been treated badly by... I have been mistreated at jobs and been treated badly by people, but I got through it because I never gave up. I mean, she was right. This is the author. She was right. So, by that rather direct face slap she gave me, it inspired me. I wasn't... Oh my God. No, dude. Oh my God. It inspired me. It inspired me to pull myself together. Not for me, but for her. No. 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 You do it for you. What the... You don't do it for other people. You don't sort yourself out for other people. Jesus Christ, man. Come on, dude. Finding a job was way harder this time, so I asked for my deposit for the villa back because I didn't need it to keep my home. Cancelled my trip to the guild holiday. Jersey decided she didn't want to come to the guild holiday either, as she didn't want to put up with Pollux. He's creeping and horniness. Pollux. Fucking samurai though, right? Shit. He had constantly been a continued pain, trying to get back with her and doing all kinds of things. I didn't care much about it at all, though. You're offending? Am I? Maybe. I did find a job, though. And after a pretty rough patch, I got everything back on track. Conversations with Jersey at this point had got a lot more flirty, as you could probably have guessed. And while neither of us actively wanted a relationship at this point, we did often toy with the idea of meeting up. So I booked a flight to head to Sweden in March, where I would stay at her place for the weekdays of that week and fly home on the Saturday. Did she know? Did she know you were doing that? Because we've had that in drama time before, when motherfuckers just show the fuck up. She was okay with it. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. No, she's fine with it. The plan was set. All right, this is the plan. This is the plan. He's going to fly all the way to fucking Sweden and spend 5 days with her. And the plan is to play World of Warcraft Friday the 13th and Warhammer. Hot. Hot. I would cross Europe for a week like that. Some hot shit. Big. Her enjoyment of WoW was stagnating though. Officer meetings with Pollux and the game itself started to get real tedious. A few days into Battle for Azeroth, she told me she wanted to stop WoW. The thought of doing yet another tier of the same shit again was too draining for her to think about, and her mind was made. She did say I did play a large part in their breakup, which wasn't something I seeked, but ultimately she's more happy without Pollux, but just wanted to completely cut off contact with him altogether. Another reason she was done playing World of Warcraft. Well done, Pollux. She pulled the other officers, without Pollux, into a meeting with me present and broke the news to them, and they sorted out the new leadership between them. Well done, Pollux. Sweden is BIS. We can't help but drive people crazy, I guess. I told her I would miss having my favourite shaman healer and around, but I understood. She had a leaving message she prepared for the... Oh my god, it's dramatic as fuck, boys! Oh, we're getting a leaving message! She had a leaving message she prepared for the guild and asked me to read it and give my thoughts on changes and such. Oh, it used to be proofread. We spent about 40 minutes talking on changes. We did a second draft for me to edit for her and send back, which she then decided would be the final to be posted on the guild forums, passing leadership to the chosen officer in the guild. Well, I was sad to see her stop playing World of Warcraft. This was not an end to our friendship. Oh, we didn't get the letter? Bruh. Fuck you, man. Cock tease. I continue... This was not an end of our friendship, and we continued playing other games on the side together. I continued raiding with that guild until the Eternal Palace, where I stopped during the raid as I didn't enjoy the Essence system. How dare you. Or the raid itself, and I left the guild to join it with another one, where I could do some mythic progress, but have again stopped playing BFA, as fuck BFA. It's way too RNG for my liking, and I hate that it doesn't matter how good I am at my class. It does to a point. If I had bad RNG on my corruption, then the pass will suck, and I'm just waiting for the Shadowlands in hopes it will be better. Me too. Our closing notes about my flight over to Sweden. It went well. While I was there, it turned out she had some cabling for me to do in her flat. In fact, she prepared a few things for me. I broke down some old furniture. I put together her bookcases for her. She ordered shit for you to do. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I just have this roll of Cat 5, a load of events, and some flat pack furniture. It's hilarious. Oh my god, that's funny. We did have sex though. Hey! We did have sex. We watched movies, talked more, and I was still raiding with the guild at the time. I actually did my raids with the guild while there, where she spoke to guildies through our headset while I was playing, as we often bantered during the runs. And I hung around in her place playing the game while she was at work. Though through our friendship, we shared both heartache and laughs. She was there for me when my life was hell, and I was there for her when she went through the difficulty of a jealous-ass ex making her life hell. I would consider this woman my best friend. You're not dating her? Wait, okay. You flew to Sweden, you built her furniture and did her cabling. You did rock the Casbah, and we're still in best friend territory. How slow are we taking this? I mean, she does live in Sweden, though. It's a long distance thing. To be fair... Oh, is it gone again? Go back, go back, go back, go back. To be fair, she lives in that Sweden. He's still in love with his ex. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't want to judge. He is Cumbrian, after all. They're a bit strange there. I would consider this woman my best friend, and I'm happy I met her and solidified that bond further. Thank you for taking time to read the story. I hope it was enjoyable for the viewers. Enjoyable? I will let them decide. I will let them decide. Enjoyable is, I mean, we went on a journey together. That much we can say. That much we can say. That much we can say. It's they did get it on. It was painful, but enjoyable at the same time. You know, it ticks a lot of boxes. It ticks a hell of a lot of boxes. So I don't know what to say. All right, well, let's do a quick one because I did prepare 3 stories for today. This one's really short though, so let me prepare this because my family's not home yet, which means I can spend more time with you guys. We've streamed a lot today, and we might have another stream coming. Yikes! Okay, let's do this one real quick because at some point I do want to take a break from being here. Sorry, I got my guild banned. I'm somewhat behind on drama stories, and there's so many awesome ones coming in. I don't think we need a name box. Do you guys want to choose the name of the guild? You guys have been awesome. I don't think we need a name box, but if you guys want to choose the name of the guild, feel free. Feel free. The guinea pig situations, I don't know. The guinea pig was big for me. If me and Emma ever broke up, I would get Ben. Unquestionable. The Wild Samurai. I like that. Hi, preaching team. Here's a story from 2008-2009 about how I unintentionally got several former guild members a 24-hour ban, and I tell you now, they were all completely innocent of any wrongdoing. My home server was back in the Burning Crusade, a small PvE server on a heavily populated PvP battle group. It was in BG9. Think of servers like Tichondrius and back in the day. I was an active PvPer and raider in some of the top guilds. I cleared the Black Temple by midsummer 2007, a few months after its release. The raiding guild I was in, the Wild Samurai, had a falling out with leadership. Oh, never mind. The raiding guild I was in had a falling out with leadership, and I peaced out and went my own way. Since no real new content was coming out for a very long time, which is true. If you cleared Black Temple, what was the gap between Black Temple and Sunwell? It was like a year and a half, I think. Something crazy like that. And I already had basically full tier 6. I decided I would start my own guild with my real life best friend who was also geared out and have some fun for a while. Enter the Wild Samurai. Let's fast forward to post patch 2.3. And in mid 2008, around patch 2.4 and Sunwell, we had a full 10-man raiding group farming Zulaman timed mount runs and doing various other 10-man raids and leading 25-man pugs for gold. It was a good run for a while, but towards the end of 2008, most of our members had moved on to greener pastures with the impending release of Wrath of the Lich King. So we were struggling to even make our 10-mans anymore. We made the decision to call it a day. And I worked out a deal with another casual raiding guild who was farming 25-man content at the time to accept all of our refugees who would otherwise be guildless. Oh, we do need a name. All right, that guild was the Wild Samurai. Cancel red alert. Oh, good call. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Cancel red alert. Thanks for that. Let's go with Glasgow. Very quickly. That guild was the Wild Samurai, led by Glasgow. I would end up taking a break from the game when I read about DKs in Wrath. I was actively arena laddering as a resto druid in the Gladiator MMR bracket by then, and the things DKs were doing on the PTR were fucking obscene, and I lost interest for release. I was getting ready for college. Not many people do know how broken DKs were when they joined the game. It was pretty bad. Now, these names you might have hidden for anonymity. However, Glasgow was infamous in the World of Warcraft community for an incident involving Martin Fury. Now, Martin Fury. I actually don't know about the Martin Fury scandal. Let's have a quick read so we all know. Yeah, hero class. It was actually horrendous. Oh, okay. The Martin Fury scandal. In April 2009, a player from the guild A player from the guild, the Marvel family, received this item from a guild member who had been granted it by mistake from a game master. The mistake was caused by a game master trying to restore an account which had previously been hacked. Both these two characters believed the item had been purposely given as it came from Blizzard. The guild used it 14 times. The caster commits... Oh, so Martyr Fury is an item. The caster commits suicide, instantly killing himself. The guild used it 14 times to one-shot raid bosses, mostly in Ulduar. I never heard about this. And the Obsidian Sanctum and the Eye of Eternity, earning the participants several achievements for killing bosses. The rapid progress was claimed to have given them some world firsts, even though it wasn't there. Why do I not know about this? That's so weird. I was following... That's so weird. I can't believe I don't know about this. The guild's usage of Martin Fury was eventually discovered by Blizzard, who chose to ban every online guild member for 24 hours, regardless of whether they had been participating in the raids or not. Some of them were not even aware that anybody had the item. Most, if not all, of the players considered this to be a rather impolite and poor solution from Blizzard, given how they had been unaware of the fact that using it was illegal. Account was one of the characters' accounts was permanently banned, causing him to consider quitting World of Warcraft and try something else instead. I only read about it last year. I mean, I was following the World First race in Wrath of the Lich King. I can't believe I don't know about this. I wasn't even casual at the time. It must have been a short-lived thing or something. Okay, there's a little description here. In short, a player was hacked, and when they restored his account, they gave a Game Master item called Martin's Fury, which one-shots targets regardless of health, with 100 charges, to his level 13 Alt Warlock. After some debate, they traded it to the Guild Master who tested it in Ulduar, and the rest is history. From what I gather, it wasn't malicious, and was even used with pugs in group for the shock factor and hilarity of it. Never used to advance progression, etc., and push titles, which I think they accidentally got anyways for doing a few achievements. One of the guys was perma-banned, some others involved had several day bans, and everyone in the guild online during this time was banned for 24 hours regardless of involvement. When I returned to World of Warcraft in 2009, I was subjected to the pink. Not only that, I had several in-game mails written to me personally of members of my guild. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. That I had sent to the Marvel family. Oh my god. He organized a merger with the guild that got the Martin's Fury, and they'd all got banned. I had in-game mails personally written by members of my guild that I had sent there. And because they now had permanent black marks against their account for simply being online during this incident. Not even a member of any of the raids where it was used. Some of them did find it funny and didn't blame me at all. I mean, how are you at fault? Like, what the fuck? But one guy, who I later found out transferred off the server immediately after, harassed me on his alt for a few times, telling me how fucking bad I was and how bad it was that I had subjected my entire guild to getting their accounts permanently blackmarked. I want to say, if they're listening, I'm really sorry, and there is no way I could have known that was going to happen. But that is how I managed to land a few casual WoW players a 24-hour ban for absolutely no reason whatsoever when I wasn't even playing the game. Thank you for your consideration of this little short story. Awesome content, guys. And a bonus, I have attached a screenshot from in-game of the guild info tab message telling people about the decision that I had written back in the Burning Crusade. I still have the guild on that ban call, and it actually remains in... it actually remade it in Classic after the same name. And we've been farming Blackwing Live for months and having a great time. Same friend. Oh, that's really sad. I can't believe anybody would actually hold that against the GM. Like, why? From the Burning Crusade? Like, honestly. Guild message. All right, so I have this picture. The guild message of the day is I rock. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, so the guy who did this thing was called Karate Chop, right? The player Karate Chop from the Guild of Marvel family is the guy who got the item and used it. In this guild information, it says, We are disbanding the guild. We're using an unnecessary amount of time to see nothing new. I worked it out with the guild master of the Marvel family, a decently progressed guild in deeper content than us, so that anyone who wishes to go there may do so. Please send tell Karate Chop for an invite to the guild. You will not be turned down no matter what or who you are. It was a good run. I enjoyed it as I hope all of you did. Oh, that is unlucky. That is super unlucky. Oh, bastard. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, that's grim. That is grim. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of drama time for this week. If Blizzard managed to fix Maldraxxus in the next few hours, we might have another stream going, if it's going on there. Unless I don't want to kill my voice, in which case we'll do it somewhere else. So it's going to be then, all right? It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. I'm sorry about the frame drops while we were doing it. We did drop quite a lot, like 4%. So thank you for sticking it out, those of you. Other than that, we might see some Boney Boys later, but there will be a stream tomorrow. So pay attention to Twitter for that. So if I'm not going to do it all tonight, we'll do it then. All right. Also, last chance to get into the treasure hunt tomorrow. I see that Gallywix have put it out there that we're going to be putting these teams together with me, my team versus Method's team, led by the evil Roger Brown, to get that done. So we will be doing that tomorrow. That will be tomorrow night. All right. Be good. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.